What's up everybody, I'm Logan from Sleepopolis.com, and today I'll be comparing the Helix mattress against its Helix Luxe counterpart. I'll go over their similarities, their differences, and who should go with one over the other, so stick around to find out if you should buy the Helix or the Helix Luxe. Now, when talking about the Helix line, I think it's important to note that Helix makes a wide range of mattress models with different firmness support levels, as well as different materials used for different specific sleep needs, such as side sleepers versus back or stomach sleepers. Today, during the comparison, I'm going to be specifically looking at the Helix Twilight against its Helix Twilight Luxe counterpart. Now, those are supposed to be firmer versions designed with side sleepers in mind, so you're going to get firmer support with a little bit of sinkage in the top for pressure relief, which is great for side sleepers. Now, something that I want to differentiate between the Helix and Luxe line first is the materials that are used in the constructions of them. So I will start with the Helix model. Now, all Helixes share the same cover, which is a polyester cover. It's pretty thin and breathable. There's also a cooling cover option available, which uses phase change material to give it a cool to the touch feeling. I think it's a really nice choice for those that sleep a little bit hot. Now, underneath the cover is the comfort layer, and this is where you start to see differences within the Helix line. So on the Twilight, it is designed with side sleepers in mind, so they're using a memory foam to allow you to sink in a little bit for pressure relief, give you that contouring feeling around the body. On the back and stomach sleeper options, they do use a latex alternative foam to give you a little bit more kind of support, make you feel more on top of the mattress as opposed to sinking into it. Now, below the comfort layer, all Helix mattresses have a polyfoam transition layer, which helps to kind of move you from the softer comfort layer into the firmer support of the pocketed coils. Now, the pocketed coils is another area that Helix mattresses kind of differ within the line itself. With the Twilight, it is the firmer version, so you're going to get stronger support here. There's also the medium and softer versions of the Helix mattresses, and the difference in support is going to come from these pocketed coils here. Pocketed coils are really bouncy, and also because they are individually wrapped, they tend to be a bit better at isolating motion transfer than traditional kind of inner spring coils would be. And then at the base of the Helix is a high density polyfoam. It doesn't really affect the feel of the mattress so much as just gives those pocketed coils something to jump off of. Now, when we're taking a look at the Helix Twilight Luxe, it is designed with the same needs of those sleepers in mind, so the construction is pretty similar. The difference comes on top of the mattress. You have an extra layer of gel memory foam in this pillow top section of the Luxe compared to the normal Helix Twilight that we looked at just a second ago. So that extra layer of memory foam is going to allow you to sink deeper into the mattress, give you more of a plush, kind of contouring feeling around your body. It's great for pressure relief and a really huge benefit for the side sleepers out there. I do want to make a note that not all of the Helix Luxe lines just add a layer of memory foam in there. If you are looking at one of the mattresses that they recommend to the back and stomach sleepers, it's going to use their latex alternative foam instead of a memory foam. Now that we've taken a look at what makes up these Helix mattresses, I want to touch briefly on what they feel like. First up, the standard Helix Twilight mattress. It is their firmer option in the line, and I think it comes in at like a 7.5 out of 10 on the firmness scale. Now that's pretty supportive, so you are going to feel a bit more on top of the mattress than in it. Even with that memory foam layer on top, I definitely felt like I was able to change positions, roll around really easily. When I was lying on my back, I did feel a little bit of sinkage into that memory foam, a little bit of contouring, but I still felt more on top of the mattress than in it. When I rolled onto my side, I was actually pretty interested to see what it was going to feel like. Usually when I'm recommending mattresses to side sleepers, I recommend softer feels so you can sink deeper into the mattress. But this is their firmer side sleeper mattress. There is a little bit of sinkage into that memory foam, but overall, I would say that I think the Twilight is just a little too firm for most side sleepers. If you are maybe a lighter combo side sleeper, this could work for you if you're looking for a firmer mattress. But if you are a side sleeper looking at the Helix line, I would recommend checking out one of their other models, such as the Midnight or Moonlight. I've tested those out as well, and they do have a softer feel that you're able to sink into a little bit more. Now, once I rolled onto my stomach, what I'm looking for here is strong support to keep my hips from sinking too far into the mattress, keep my spine line in a good position. I think the Helix Twilight did a really good job at that. I was actually really impressed with its ability to keep my spine in alignment so you don't wake up with aches and pains in your lower back. So while this is technically the side sleeper version of the firm mattress, I think because of the firm support below, you are going to be pretty okay if you're like a stomach combo sleeper, something along those lines. Now, when talking about how the feel of the Helix Lux differs from its standard Helix counterpart, I will say that I found the Helix Twilight Lux to be a bit softer than the standard Helix Twilight, coming in at like a 6.5 out of 10 on the firmness scale, so right in that medium firmness range. It's actually a pretty interesting feel because it has that softer pillow top on top with those really kind of nice layers of memory foam to allow you to sink deeper into the mattress for some nice pressure relief. On my back, I could already start to feel that difference. I was sinking in, some contouring around the body, a little bit slower feel as I started to change positions. You can definitely feel the kind of slower response to pressure of the memory foam. Below that, you still get the really strong support that you were getting on the Helix Twilight. It is the firmer Helix Lux option again. So, you know, for back sleepers, I think it's a pretty good choice because you do get a little bit of sinkage, but your spine's still in pretty good alignment with that medium firmness. Rolling onto my side, I think this mattress is definitely better for the side sleepers than the standard Helix model of the same type. You know, there's more sinkage. I didn't feel the pressure at my shoulders that I was feeling on the standard Helix Twilight. So if you are a side sleeper trying to decide between kind of the Helix or the Helix Lux line, you should know that the Lux line is going to provide a bit better pressure relief because it does have that thicker pillow top to it. Now, rolling onto my stomach, you know, I definitely felt my hips sinking in here on the Helix Lux. That is kind of what I was expecting with a thick memory foam pillow top. Again, if you are a stomach sleeper looking at the Helix Lux line, I would definitely say check out the Helix Dusk or Dawn with a little bit firmer feel to it without the memory foam pillow top. Now, in terms of purchasing information for the Helix and Helix Lux mattresses, they both have a 100-night trial period. They both ship for free and arrive compressed in a box. So if you do get a bed-in-a-box mattress, I recommend you let it decompress for a few hours or even overnight before you sleep on it. Now, in terms of warranty, the standard Helix line has a 10-year warranty, which is what I would say is about the average for the online bed-in-a-box community. And the Helix Lux actually has a 15-year warranty, so you get an extra 5 years on that. Of course, you want to check out exactly what that covers, but it is more of a luxury item, so you will get a little bit more on the warranty. Now, in terms of price, the standard Helix line ranges from $600 up to $1,245, where the Helix Lux line ranges from $995 up to $2,145. Now, before I go, I want to give you my recommendations on whether you should go with the Helix or Helix Lux mattress. Now, during the comparison, I looked specifically at the Twilight and Twilight Lux versions, but for these recommendations, it's for the overall line Helix versus Helix Lux. So for the Helix, I think it's a better value option. You know, it does come in at quite a bit less expensive, so if you are looking for, you know, a little bit cheaper price, it is still a really great mattress. I would also say that I found the mobility on the Helix standard line to be a bit better without that extra layer of foam in the pillow top like they have in the Lux. The Helix standard line is a bit bouncier. You're able to change positions just a little bit easier. Now, on the Helix Lux side, I think it's a better option for the couples out there. You know, when I do my individual reviews, I was actually really impressed with the Helix Lux's ability to isolate motion transfer. So if you do share your bed, I think it's a little bit better option for you. And also, I think the Helix Lux does a better job at pressure relief. So if you are someone who has some aches and pains at the shoulders or even in your back, I think the Helix Lux is going to do a better job at comforting those areas. So that's it for my comparison of the Helix and Helix Lux lines. If there's anything I didn't cover, just leave a comment below. Now, if you're interested in seeing what Helix looks like against other top brands, you can Google Sleepopolis and Helix Versus. We have a lot of comparison articles there. Also, be sure to check us out on social media so you don't miss any of our sleep news or giveaway announcements, and head to sleepopolis.com for all of your sleep needs.